Hi, this is Mickey Johnson here with Steve Rajeff at the Denver Fly Show. Steve, certainly nice to meet you. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about, you're here representing Loomis. You've been helping them develop rods for quite a few years.
Yeah, I've been here already 30 years, if you can imagine, and saw a lot of new products along the way, and that's my job, designing the rods.
Now, you've won over 40 casting competitions, American ones, and then the international 14.
That's it, yeah. It's a sport where we take fly rods, spinning, and casting. We hit targets for accuracy events and also long distance. We have a combination of accuracy and distance.
Okay, it's just amazing to me. I know there's times I think in terms of distance, but as far as practical use, it's not that often that I have to cast a long way. It's usually shorter.
Absolutely. 90% of the fish are caught within like 20, 30 feet in trout fishing terms. And so accuracy and placement and control is way more important, and that's what you got to learn.
Now, when it comes to fly fishing, are you mostly, would you say, cold water, or do you do any real warm water stuff for pike or muskies?
I actually live on a little bass pond in my backyard. I go and catch largemouth bass, which is kind of unusual for Washington State, where we are located at G. Loomis. So I have bass pond fishing, and I do a fair amount of steelhead fishing. That's kind of one of my favorite things, close to home.
Yep.
And then every year I'll take a tropical trip just to get out of the North Country and get into a warm place. So I enjoy some kind of a saltwater tropical, but I do mix it up as much as I can.
Sure. The other thing I was always curious about, I had heard your presentation yesterday, and I know when I talk to different people, when I'm trying to get them to learn, it's all about casting. And the one thing I tell a lot of people to do is take the time to cure any of your reels by actually watching behind you.
Right. So when I was doing my little casting demo, I featured the loop as the number one thing to learn. It's that curling of that line, that little looping of the line as it rolls through the air. And most of us get a sense of what to do in front, but we forget what's going on in back. And as you just said, the back cast is really, really critical. And you make a nice loop in the back cast, automatically gives you a very respectable forward cast. So learning how to make the loop is probably the most critical thing. Once you got that, it's like taking the training wheels off your bike, and you're going to go down the road.
Oh yeah. Well, that's spectacular. Well, I thank you for your time. I told you this wasn't going to be too terrible or too painful, and I look forward to I'm looking forward to going to Washington at some point, and maybe I can hook up together with you there and maybe shoot some video of you actually casting.
Let's do that.
All right, thanks
much.
Okay.